Hello, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, today I'm officially starting the GKS series. So, as you all know, I'm here as a GKS scholar in South Korea. So, it's kind of my responsibility to help other people who are willing to South Korea on this scholarship to give them more information. So, today I'm starting this series, and I'll try to make a playlist on my channel where you can find a lot more videos that are about to come in the coming weeks. So, starting from today till the application opens, and then even after the application, there are a lot of things to share, a lot of different stuff about application and after application things. So, I'll try to make a lot of videos regarding that. So, keep an eye for that. But for today, I'm going to focus on three most important things you need to start doing right now for the application which opens next year. So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing and the most important thing is personal statement and study plan. I know it like this is considered to be the heart and soul of the application because you can talk to any scholar that there is, and the first thing that person will tell you is to focus on your personal statement and study plan because personal statement and study plan itself is, a qualitative anecdote. It's like it's something which is unique to you. It is something which talks about you, your plans, and what you're going to do in Korea, what you have already done. So it kind of builds a story and a path for you to come to Korea and achieve your dreams. So it's very personal and unique to you, and you need to spend a lot of time. Believe me, a lot of time mastering it. And you don't have to like when I say mastering it, you don't have to make it like 100 out of 100. You have to master it in a way that you make it truly about you. Okay, so that is why people suggest you not to copy it from others or to Google letters. You can take sample, you can take the structure, but it has to be about you. It has to talk about you. So that is the very important thing. Let's talk about both of them a bit individually. So when we talk about personal statement, the thing with personal statement is that it's kind of like a personal anecdote. So you're trying to tell the counselors or the academic officers about you, your personality, the kind of person you are, and what you have done throughout your schooling, throughout your undergraduate, right? So you're talking about you. So you have to make it very unique and personal to you. Now, suppose the application opens in February and you'll start writing then. You won't be able to edit it well. And, in a very hush hush process, what usually happens is that we tend to forget to mention a lot of important things about ourselves. So that should not happen. Now, if you start writing from now on, let me tell you what happens. When you'll start penning down about yourself, like the personal statement, you might end up writing around 4 to 5 pages. For example, if I give you like if I tell you about myself, I wrote around 5 pages of personal statement. Now, 5 pages are not allowed, right? Then what happened? So all you need to do is edit it over and over again. So first, when you start writing, write down everything that comes to your mind, and then you have to just keep on editing it. Second thing, what you can do is you can share your personal statement with your close ones. It can be close friends, close relatives, siblings, people who know you well. Because when we write something about ourselves, what usually happens is that it's just one person. So you always write what you want to write, right? But then it will be read by other people, the academic counselors, and they are like third person people. So you always should get opinion of what others think. The people who know you think about what you have written. So it's best if you let others, the people, the close ones, if you let them read it, because they'll give you honest opinion about it, and then you can make some changes, right? So this way it will take a really long time because you'll keep on editing and then writing more, adding few things, subtracting few things. It's a very long and a continuous process. So that's why if you start writing it now, you'll have a lot of time. Now, if we talk about study plan, it's again the same. Now, study plan is something where you focus on what you have done till now, what you are about to do, and what you'll do after you have done what you are planning to do. Okay, so you need to build a structure, you need to build a story, you need to build a connection between all three aspects. So, for that, it's very important that you are aware of what you have done. It's not like you have done the schooling and undergraduate, so you remember everything that you have done, right? So, for that, also, you need to pen down everything you have been doing, things that you have in your mind. So, like I said, pen down everything you have done throughout your undergraduate, the ideas that you have in your mind, like the things that you're planning to do. Because if you're coming as a graduate scholar, you need to build that connection. You need to and build that bridge and show them that you have a solid plan of coming to Korea. Because if you're too vague, then it's very superficial. So you cannot be superficial. You have to be very sure of what you're trying to do, right? And things change. You can change. and your ideas will also change. It's okay. But for now, you need to show them that you're sure of what you're planning to do. And that way, you'll end up writing a good study plan. So again, study plan also requires a lot of time because you'll be trying to build that bridge, like I said, right? So it takes time. First, you'll write something about it. Then you'll ask your professors to do a reference check for you, or to do just the academic part, check the academic part of what you have written. And that will help you to build a more stronger study plan, right? So it takes a lot of time. So this is the first thing we need to focus on: personal statement and study plan. If you start working on it from now, you'll have a lot of time to, edit and get a good personal statement and study plan ready for the application. So just keep that in mind and start. So the second important thing that I think is very important for you to work on starting now would be recommendation letters. Now, you don't have to work on recommendation letters. Let me clarify. It's the professor's work. But what you need to do is that, like if we talk about Indian colleges, so a lot of Indian colleges, like the undergraduate colleges, they don't have thesis in bachelor's. So students are just completing credits and then they are giving the exams, right? So in this case, what happens that you don't have you don't have that exposure of being under a single professor, like under the supervision of a single professor, right? But in a lot of Western and other countries, they do thesis in undergraduate as well, because of which they have their supervisor who can, who knows the student pretty well, and the student has done a lot of work under that professor. So it's pretty easy for them to write. But in India, what usually happens is that professor comes, take classes, and then they leave. So we don't have that thesis kind of a situation. So we don't get a direct supervisor. So to solve that, what you need to do is you need to build a good rapport with the professors who teach you. If you have a thesis in India, because there are colleges that have thesis and undergraduate, so if you have thesis, very good, because you'll have a supervisor above you. But then if you don't, what you need to do is just try to build more connections, the professors that you're teaching you, and try to have conversation with them, try to talk to them a lot, so that they also need to know a lot about you, and also discuss with them the plan that you have in your mind. Like you're planning to go to Korea, you're planning to study this, and then how can they help you? Because usually professors are really happy when students apply abroad, right? So you need to talk to them, you need to make them understand what your plan is, and then ask for help. So this is the thing that you need to do, because all of this will ultimately help you to get a good recommendation letter, because the same professors too, like with whom you are building that relationship, will be writing the letters for you, right? You need 2 letters. So most of the universities require 2 letters. So if you need 2 letters, you need 2 professors who will be writing the letter for you. And if you are working, then 1 professor and 1 supervisor. It's okay for you. But you need a recommendation letter from professors. So building that relationship, letting them know about you, letting them know about your future plan, will make them more open and more flexible in writing a recommendation letter for you. Because again, recommendation letters cannot be very vague. Because if they write like very vaguely about you, that, okay, fine, this is a good student and this student had this qualities, it's very superficial, because it kind of shows that they don't know you at a personal level. So instead of just writing superficial things, instead of just writing things which are absorbed on the surface, they need to write things which are well absorbed. So there's a difference. So for that difference, you need to have that relation so that the professor knows you well and can write a good recommendation letter for you. So building that rapport, building that connection, letting them know about you and your future plan, and asking for help is something that you can do now to get a good recommendation letter. So this is the second thing I think which is very important for you to focus on, because a lot of people don't pay attention to it. Especially in India, I have seen a lot of people really don't pay attention to it. So just don't do that. Try to build relation, try to build a good rapport, and then things will work out soon. So that's the second thing. And the final thing would be your application materials. Now, in terms of materials, I'm not talking about the quantitative ones like your grade card and other stuff. But that can also be one of the things, because in India, what usually happens is that getting mark sheets or getting degrees from a lot of colleges, like especially government colleges, is a really tedious task. So if you can work on that, it would be great. Because I remember getting my mark sheets, getting my transcripts from my university was really like a really long process. So that is the case with a lot of colleges. So if you can start doing that too, it would be great. Apart from that, by application, I meant is your course related stuff. So for example, since like I'm Like it's kind of same for both undergraduate and graduate, but since I'm talking about the graduate scholarship, most of them are already done with their undergraduate, right? So now since you're moving to a master's degree and the course that you're planning to do, that course will have some specifications, or you will have some specifications in your mind, like a specialty that you want to do or the thesis that you'll do in masters, right? So if you try and do some courses, internships, volunteer work, anything related to that master's major that you are applying for or you will apply for, then it would be great, because there are a lot of students who just simply apply but they don't have any sort of background. Now, by background, I don't mean that you need to have an undergraduate in it. That's a completely different situation. You can have a different undergraduate, but then having a background means that you need to show them that you're serious about it. And to show them that you're serious, you need to have stuff, like quantitative stuff. You need to show them why you're trying to do that master's, right? So if you do some extra courses on different websites, if you do some volunteer work, if you do some internship, if you have some work experience related to it, all of this really helps to build your application well, because it shows your passion. It shows your sincerity to what's the major that you are applying for. So if you start now and if you do some courses and if you do some internships, or if you gain work experience, it'll be great for your application by the time the application opens. So these three are very important things you need to focus on. And sorry if the video is too long, but then I wanted to explain. I still have a lot of points left, so let me know if you guys want a much deeper explanation, because like I said, I'll be making more videos about it. So if you guys want any other different type of video, like specific video for personal statement and study plan, or a specific video explaining other application parts, so just let me know, comment down below if you have any questions, because I'll be happy to help you guys. And yeah, like I said, more videos are about to come, so we'll talk about it. And the entire video was in English because I wanted to reach out to a much larger audience. So if you have any questions, just drop them down below. I'll reply as soon as possible. And let me know what other type of video you guys want related to GKS as well as life in Korea. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Like and share this video. Until I see you guys again. Bye-bye.